Right. What were some of the lows for you in 2018?
Well, there's always going to be some challenges, and there's no question the campaign was a challenge, and we were able to do much improvement in that area. The pipeline, I think we have to stay focused on the pipeline. Energy East, well, Energy East Corporation decided to back out for a number of reasons, and one of the key reasons, of course, was the oil price had dropped, of course, and then the approval of the pipeline going from Alberta to BC was taking again some of that extra oil going out. So they felt that it wasn't a good, strong business case at the time. So that one by itself was moved to the side, if you want, and not our government. Our government strongly supports Energy East and will continue to do so. But then the pipeline going to BC, Northern Trans Mountain, that one there, we assured Canadians that we were 100% behind it. It got the approvals that were required, and then we, the company, started feeling that the price of oil again going down, and that the consultation, there was some pressures on protesters and whatnot, and then they were saying, well, you know what this could delay, and who's going to pay for the delays? And they wanted the federal government to guarantee carte blanche, if you want, on the delays and pay all the extra costs. And then, of course, maybe they wouldn't work that hard to get it done, right? So it's catch-22 in that area. So what our government did is we said, no, we got to move forward, but if we don't get any equity in this project, then we can't give you carte blanche, but this project must go forward. So we bought the project, we bought the pipeline, and of course you know that the courts afterwards said that out of 175 indigenous groups, there was 13 or so that felt that they hadn't been consulted, and we had to make sure to consult those communities, and that's what we've been doing. And I'm very hopeful that we're going to get pick and shovel on the ground soon in that project. So that was low, and the other one is, I always say the trade deals, you know, I have to talk about NAFTA for a second, you know, because everybody says, you know, what did you get? You know, when you lost something, you know, and Trump won. Well, Trump didn't win. And I want to share that with our constituents because it's very, very important. You know, what was the three things that Trump said? You know, he said, I'm getting rid of the deal unless I get. And the three main areas he was focused on when it came to Canada was dispute resolution. He wanted the American courts to take to trial and take a decision on the free trade negotiation and the decisions, you know, the interpretation, if you want, of the trade deal. And we said, no, that's not going to happen. You know, it's an independent jury, and that's what will stay in place. And today, that's what's in place. The second one he really wanted was the sunset clause, 5-year sunset clause, right? He said every 5 years you have to renegotiate. And if you can't succeed in renegotiation, the deal is dead. We said we can't do that because that's not the way you do business. We got some companies who want to invest major investments in their products and want to trade internationally and trade with the Americans. And if for those companies to invest billions of dollars in certain situations, they have to have more than 5 years or 3 years or whatever is left of the deal. And we said there's no sunset clause, and that can't happen at 5 years. We will not accept that, and we did not accept that. And that was a crucial decision. And the final one was supply management. They wanted to get rid of supply management, you know, where we ensure that the products for poultry and eggs and whatnot, that they would have access to 100% of that market. We did give up 2.7%, but we held on to supply management, and supply management is strong here in Canada again today. So when you look at it, you know, what did we lose? We lost very, again, as I said, 2.7 to poultry, everything else where we did not allow any loss in those areas. And what did we win? Well, let's look at what we really want. Did you know, Pat, that every day $2 billion is traded back and forth between Canada and the United States per day?
Heard that.
Per day. So that's a big win. You think the pulp mills would stay in operation with adding a 20% tariffs? Or do you think that Michelin Tire would stay in Nova Scotia if they had to pay 25% tariffs? I think we'd be in big trouble. So many companies will not only continue to prosper, but there's also all kinds of other possibilities for them to grow, and that's what it's about. And that's what our government did. But it was challenging. There's no question. But we got it done.
And it was definitely a low point, like how it was so challenging.
Absolutely, because we know we were dealing with Trump, and it wasn't easy. But we had to stand for what's important for Canadians, and that's what we stood for. And I know Canadians back us up on that front.